Welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. Now, listen, fam. Today, I'm excited to bring to you Manaka Royalty. Now, I just want to be transparent about this from the jump. I've been a beta tester for a few weeks now. I've tested the entire funnel. I have access to the entire funnel. In this video, I'm just going to show you a few of the tools and just give you my genuine thoughts and opinions on it. So just want to let you know this tool is here to make your life easier, and I'm going to show you in some ways how it can do so. I'm mainly going to be covering the front end tool of Manaka, and that comes with 6 applications, and I'm going to touch on a few of them. So let's go ahead and jump into the sales page. You can see I'm already on the sales page. So just want you to understand that when you're using this tool, there's no API keys, right? Now with the front end, which costs $27, you get 100 generations a month, right? But it's literally push button. You push and it does everything for you in terms of creating the puzzle. It's really very simple. I'm just scrolling down so you can see some of the examples here. Now, what I want you to understand, this is a one-time cost. It's a lifetime deal. You pay once, you own it for life, and you're able to generate as much as you want if you get a higher plan, a higher 10. But on the front end, you get 100 generations a month. But if you're just dipping your toes into this to kind of figure out if this is for you, if this is something you want to get into, definitely make sure you watch this video, because I'm definitely going to show you some of the features that it has. Now, with that being said, this is Manaka Royalty. And before we get over to it, I just want to let you know that there is no refund with this. So make sure you're watching videos like mine of people that you trust so you can determine if this tool is actually for you. And I hope by the end of this video that you determine that this tool is for you. There'll be links in the description and the pinned comment below if you want to come check it out for yourself. So with that being said, I'll take you over to the back. Before we do, shout out Ike Paws and Luke Bowles, the creator of this product. Now let's go over to the actual product. And here we are. You can see I'm in Manaka Royalty. Have access to everything here. Manaka Royalty, Shogun Pro, Kai Elite, and Drone Ultima. But today we're going to be focusing on Manaka Royalty, and here are the applications right here. One thing you need to understand, at the front end is good enough to start, get you in the game, because you get 6 applications and you get 100 generations a month. So let's go ahead and dive into the crossword generator and just check out some of the features. I gotta log in. Just give me 1 second, fam. Okay, family. So you can see here in the crossword, we have a lot of options here. Now, I have access to everything, so I'm gonna show you what you can do here if you get just the front end. So you can see here, you can choose your different KDP trim sizes. You can put grid for auto. You could choose your sizes right here, or if you want an international, you have your options right here. Right? You can choose how many columns and rows you want, and it'll change instantly. Right? You just have to give it some time to generate. But you do have maximum control here. I'll just put it back to 15 and 15. Well, it's generating. It's going to take some time. Let it do its thing. Now, if you look up here in the new page section, you can add a blank page by simply selecting over here. You can add a blank page. Or if you want to add a copyright, you would select it, hit the plus, and then you would put something for your copyright. The introverted marketer. There we go. And it's going to go ahead and generate that copyright. 1 second. And here you can see we have our copyright page. It did take a little time. That's why I paused the video. So I wouldn't keep it as simply waiting. And one thing I want you to note that you can drag the pages right down here and change the order at any given time. And to get rid of a page, you would simply press the X button. Now, if you look over here in the custom section, you can see right here, you can customize these puzzles right here. You would type it in, and it gives you actually a kind of baseline of how it should be, how it should look. If you look and see here, 15 words, title, word, clue format, control plus enter to apply. But you also have the option to AI generate, which is a great feature to have. I know it's still kind of generating, but also if you wanted to add a new page for crossword, you would simply select this button right here. It's still generating a bit, so just got to give it a little bit of time. But let's focus on the AI generation right here. You can see here they have different themes, and here we have our puzzle generated. It takes some time. You can select from as little as 6 words or as many as 20 words, and it do give you some themes here. So let's say today is February 20th, 2026. And let's see, the next holiday coming up is St. Patrick's Day. So let's go with St. Patrick's Day. And we can go ahead and generate words and clues. And it would go ahead and generate a crossword puzzle based on the theme. Now, if you look down here, you can see we can change the title to anything that we want, and it changes in real time. So you want St. Patrick's Day. Well, it already did it. You see we have our puzzle right here. So it automatically changed the title for us because based on the theme, and you see we have everything right here. But I also want to show you right here the layout and the margins. You can change these at any given time. Everything is completely customizable. And that is the main key selling point for this. It's super customizable. Everything is made to be convenient for you to create these puzzles. The typography, you have a bunch of different fonts that you can choose from. I personally like Roboto. And you can also change the font color. You can change the title size. You can also adjust if you want the page numbers to show. I personally like to have it there. And you can change the size. You can change the positioning. I think that's good right there. You can change the appearance, the grid line thickness. I think 2 is fine. And of course, you could change the colors for the wall and the background. Like just keep everything white, but you can make colored pages if you want, or colored in terms of the boxes right here. But I think we want to keep everything white. So you can make these completely customizable. Let's say you wanted to make a St. Patrick's Day themed crossword puzzle. You would just change the colors of the walls and everything like that to match St. Patrick's Day's colors, like green, and you would be able to do that just fine. I think black is going to be fine for this situation right here. So we'll just leave it at that. You can choose to have these solutions being shown or not. You can change the size of the letters, the grid number size, in the actual offset horizontally or vertically, and you can change the colors of the solution and the black cell number. You can change the font size of the clue, the header size, and the grid clues gap as well. I think that's fine right there for that gap. And 16 is okay. You can also hide if you want the title to be shown or not. And if you see down here, I have access to everything, but for the front end, you'll be able to download as a PNG or a PDF, and it'll download straight to your computer. If you want to regenerate the page, you simply just hit the regenerate button. It's going to go ahead and regenerate. Now, a great feature with this tool is the bulk settings, the bulk feature, because pretty much it allows you to create a crossword puzzle book in bulk pretty much instantaneously. So you can see here, you can upload a file if you wish. And this is the format here. It'll show you that you need to have if you want to do that. But if you're going to use AI, you can choose the quantity of how many pages. Let's say we wanted 10 pages and we wanted 10 words per crossword. We will have 10 and 10. It gives you different age groups from 5 to 7 all the way up to 16 plus for adults. Let's just say we wanted to stick with the same theme of St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day. We would simply add to K. And then if we wanted to start it from scratch, we would overwrite existing pages. And we can see here, it's here in the K. And then we would select this button here to generate all 10 pages. And it's going to go ahead and generate the pages. But you can see here, you still have some options in terms of the layouts, the margins, the typography. And if you want the page numbers to be shown, you have all those options there available to you. And as you can see here, family, we got 10 pages of St. Patrick's Day. And that didn't take any given time at all. And if we want to modify them, we're over in the pages already. We can go over here to modify the pages, including showing the solutions, but it's by individual page with the bulk, of course. Now, if you look over here, we do have the option here to export. You can export and group solutions at the end. You can do it as PNGs and as PDFs on the front end. Now, when you upgrade, you get the option to export it as a PowerPoint or as SVGs. There's a story feature here, which is a great add-on in my opinion, but you do not get access to it in the front end. I do want to demo it for you just for you to show you some of the capabilities of the actual story feature. But before I do that, let's just close out some of these right here. We'll generate a random story idea. It's going to go ahead and generate a story for us. But once again, this is not a front end feature. This is an add-on feature. But the reason why I want to cover this for you is because I believe that this is probably the best part about Manaka Royalty, is the feature where you can generate an entire book, not just with puzzles, but also with coloring book pages. So we're going to go ahead and generate and build that book. It's going to go ahead and take some time to do that, and then we're going to tap back in once it's actually complete. Okay, family, so I just want you to take a look at this crossword puzzle story. So here we have the actual text right here. Here's our story idea. Here's our star. And you can see here we can actually regenerate. We can upload. We can use AI to generate something completely different, and we can also use it to replace. It gives you about 24 pages for the story function. Right, you can see the puzzle is still kind of just generating. What it does is gives you a coherent story with coloring book pages that you can actually print this out using Amazon KDP for your target audience. So I don't want to get too much into this. I just wanted to show you how it looks because this is a ton of different features right here. Just want to scroll down. Puzzles are still actually generating a little bit. Actually, let me tap back in once they're done so I can just show you the actual crossword puzzle. Sometimes it does take a little bit to generate and you just have to be patient with it. It is AI, but then you'll see that the crosswords actually coincide with the story because they have the characters here. They have a phrase, who the owl's watching from a branch, and then can you answer whose questions, and then I have the puzzle here with the question. So let's just give it a second to generate and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, fam, you just got to be a little bit honest with you. I had to restart it because the puzzles was actually not generating. But you can see here we do have puzzles generating. We have our cartoon squirrel here, Pip, and then we have our puzzles. And then still, everything is still the same here in terms of the amount of pages that's actually printed out or ever generated. So pretty much we have a coloring book page, and then we have a crossword puzzle that kind of coincides with the story to bring everything together. And that is really the feature I wanted to show you with the story feature, which is why I believe it's definitely worth upgrading. But I do want to touch on briefly the other generators because we do have in the Manaka royalty, we do have these applications here. So I do just want to touch on them briefly. I don't want to make this a super long video. There's going to be a playlist in the description and the pinned comment below if you want if you want to see me go over each individual tool and their functions. But everything is pretty much still the same. You have your layouts, your typography, the appearance, the numbers, the solutions, and things like that. The big feature here is always the bulk. And each one of these tools individually has their own specific, I want to say, components that you can use. You can see here with Sudoku, you can choose a different amount of grids, the difficulty, and things like that. But everything else is pretty much still the same in terms of what you can modify here. So, but I just want to just briefly go over each one of them. And you can see here, you can add your own copyright and a blank page. And once again, you can download it's PNG and PDF in the front end. You have the export options. Same thing remains true in the word generator, or rather the word search puzzle generator. You can see right here, this is an elite feature, the shape contour. So I do want to focus on the front end functions that you have. So once again, still with the bulk, you can still do that. And with the word search, you see right here, you can actually do instructions where you just select the instructions. You will hit the plus, and then you can just drag and drop it. And you can see it becomes actually the first page. And then you can also do your copyright. There's different custom functions that you could do here. And of course, they kind of give you some guidance right here on how to do it. And of course, you can use AI functions if you want. I'm not going to go too much in depth on each tool and everything in this video. Just kind of just want to show you what you get with the front end. So over here, we have the word scramble generator. And you can see here, we have a bunch of different functions here that we can use as well. Right? From custom, word lists, and of course they have AI generation as well. And they do have, once again, layouts, typography, and other things that you can modify to make your word scramble truly unique. And then you can see here in the maze, the ultimate maze generator, they also have some different functions here. It's like the grid type, you can change the grid. You can change the sequence. So you can upload images. So really with the front end, you do get access to a lot of these puzzle generators, but you also get a ton of different ways you can customize them, and you can bulk. You could do them in bulk, but you do only get about 100 of these a month. So that's spread across each of these on the front end. I definitely recommend picking up the entire funnel just so you have more customization options. You have access to the story function, which I think is absolutely amazing. But if you look over here to the cryptogram generator, this is also another kind of puzzle that you can do. You can see here they have different options here. A lot of these tools also have the AI function, so you can use the AI to help you come up with things if you're not exactly sure how to use certain things. Or rather, if you're not sure with what topic you want, like you can see here, they give you some ideas like nature, success, love, sports, and friendship, and they give you different difficulties that you can use. You could generate quotes and things like that that's specific to the cryptograms. So I do want to show you that on this front end, you do get access to a lot of options here. So the front end is $27. I personally recommend picking up the entire funnel. And let me just show you what the entire funnel includes. It includes the Shogun Pro apps. It includes the Kai Elite apps. So about 20 different apps, 20 or so different apps. You see right here, 6, 12, 17, and here you have the Drawn Ultima. So I have a playlist where I go over each of these. In this initial video, I just wanted to show you the initial 6 and what you have access to. If you want to learn more about the individual applications, there'll be a link in the description below and the pinned comment where you can go through the playlist. It's about 20 or so videos where I go through each and every one of these tools, but I did just want to show you Manaka Royalty overall. I think it's amazing, 100% worth picking up entirely. So definitely recommend picking it up. But that's all I want to say in this video right here. Front end is $27. Matter of fact, give me 1 second, family. So the front end is $27. Once again, to reiterate, just want to be transparent. You get access to PNG and PDF exports. You get 100 generations a month, and that's across the entire 6 of the Manaka royalty that I just showed you, these up here. Now, if you want to upgrade, it is going to cost you some money. I just showed you with the entire funnel. The Shogun Pro is going to cost about $77, and that's going to give you access to the nanograms, Kakudo, dot to dot, cross math, mini crosswords, Shikaku. Of course, you get access to Kai Elite. That's going to cost you $197. The Shogun Pro costs $77, and the Kai Elite, it gives you AI powered themes. Your puzzle book with just a push of a button. So simply just a push of a button, and you get the pixel color, you get the jigsaw Sudoku, you get the mandala gen, you get the number cross, and of course they have the Drawn Ultima, which is $87, and that gives you hand drawn mazes, hand drawn word search, and hand drawn crosswords. Now there's going to be a playlist once again in the description and pinned comment below. Just got to reiterate that just in case you aren't convinced. This is just an overview of what the front end can offer. But I'm going to end the video right here. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, family. Peace.